More closures in our industry. Wow, it just doesn't stop. Over the weekend, 2 Minnesota-based trucking companies shut down overnight, putting about 200 drivers out of work. The closure came from Minstar Transport and Transport Design Inc., each operating fleets of around 100 power units. This is the latest blow in what many call the Great Freight Recession, now nearing its 4th year since the beginning of March 2022. Drivers and employees learned through company communication that both carriers were ceasing operations immediately. Reports spread quickly across trucking communities on social media platforms. So who owned these carriers? Well, both Minstar Transport and Transport Design Inc. were part of True North Equity Partners, a Minneapolis-based private equity firm focuses on lower middle market investments. True North acquired Transport Design in March 2020. They expanded further in October 2022 by purchasing Minstar Transport, along with its affiliate entities, Minstar Logistics, Transport 21, North Star Transport. Transport Design specialized in refrigerated and dry van services, supporting food and consumer goods shippers across the Midwest. Minstar focused on temperature-controlled logistics, servicing regional and national distribution networks. At the time of the Minstar acquisition, already 8 months into the freight downturn, True North's trucking portfolio was expected to generate $220 million in annual revenue, according to the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal. In September of 2025, one of the key entities in True North's structure, True North Transportation Holding Company, was named in a lawsuit filed by American National Bank in Scott County District Court. The suit alleges breach of loan agreement and seeks repayment of outstanding debts. Details are limited because the case is still in early stages, but financial pressure often precede operational wind downs in the trucking sector. Now remember guys, this is not an isolated incident, and just last weekend on Friday I reported about a Canadian company, Lightspeed Logistics, who recently had speculations of closures. There's not much informed on it yet, but I heard from 2 sources of mine and as well as one of their customers that had reached out to me confirming of its closing. The shutdown of Minstar and Transport Designs are part of a much larger pattern. The trucking industry has experienced a wave of closures and bankruptcies through 2025. Now, a lot of you guys are thinking, when is it going to get better if we continue to report on trucking companies that are closing down? Well, it's not getting better yet. Now, over the last couple of days, I also have read some articles on FreightWave's #1 being 10 Roads Express, described as the largest trucking bankruptcy since Yellow Corporation with 2,500 trucks and 5,000 employees. Montgomery Transport, which shut down after its owner exited the industry, leaving over 1,000 employees without work. Now, according to the 2022 Sioux Falls Business articles, True North Equity Partners owns several other transportation-related assets, including Contact Cartage in Minneapolis, D&A Truck Line Inc., Viking Land Transportation, J. Marr Enterprises, Norsman out of Lake Mills, Iowa, Transport Design in Burnsville, Minnesota. The status of these other operations is currently uncertain. So what does this mean for the market? When too many trucks chase too little freight, bankruptcies naturally eliminate surplus trucks and drivers, helping rebalance the market over time. The closures of Minstar Transport and Transport Designs are another sign of how deep the freight recession has cut and how much more the industry may still have to endure before things actually recover. Bankruptcies have serious consequences for those around them. Well, first of all, the employees, over 200 employees that are going to be left without a job. Now, you would think naturally that as more and more trucking companies shut down, that this is going to give a lot more freight into the economy, a lot more freight into other trucking companies, and more work is going to be distributed amongst those that are surviving. The problem is that more companies are shutting down, and we just don't see the more work or freight rates going up. So hopefully this is going to end soon. Hopefully we will not be reporting about any more bankruptcies, and I hope that the freight rates are going to start going up fairly quick. A lot of people are thinking that Q1 and Q2 of 2026 is going to be much better, but hey, that's exactly what I said last year this time. Who knows what's gonna happen? But what I do know is that if you continue watching this channel, I'll update you as things get better. I'm Ronan, and I'll catch you in my next video.